We'll be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, get out and enjoy the pools, maybe heading up to Lake Lanier, doing some boating. Looks like a really warm day, though, 87 degrees. If we get there, that'll be our warmest day so far this season. 91 in Tampa, and watching out for storms around Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Chicago Cubs are at home today. A much better weather picture than what you dealt with yesterday. 76 degrees and brilliant sunshine, 84 degrees in St. Louis. The heat is on in Texas. It will continue to be very warm with 90s and even 100s in our forecast. Seattle, Portland, clouds this morning, giving way to some sunshine, and not a bad day here in Los Angeles, San Diego. Watch the heat, though, in Phoenix, 101. Again, storms are firing in the Northeast. We'll have much more on your forecast coming up.
Going somewhere?
What are you in for? Wi-Fi?
Break free from Wi-Fi with broadband access from Verizon Wireless. Click to connect and work in more spots than just hotspots on America's most reliable wireless broadband network. Now get a free broadband access modem. Monthly plan starting at $39.99. It's reliability to go. Verizon Wireless.
Only a chocolate this pure can be this silky and make you savor, sigh, melt. Dove Pure Silk Chocolate, now with the tantalizing crunch of almond. My moment, my Dove.
Huh? Hey, where are you going? Don't you ever stop? Get a free Kung Fu Panda wind-up toy and specially marked Energizer Max battery packs. Energizer. Keep going and going. I'm okay.
Can you have a beautiful lawn and use less water? Actually, yes. Thanks to Scott's Turf Builder Water Smart formula. A lawn fed the Water Smart way grows healthier roots that use water more efficiently. So your lawn needs less, saving you thousands of gallons a year. Smart. Scott's Turf Builder. Feed the lawn. Water smart.
Today on Forecast Earth, could climate change increase the strength of hurricanes? Plus, the New Orleans levees. We'll explain how they work and what went wrong. Forecast Earth, today at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Weather Channel.
The Weather Channel is brought to you by this cable or satellite provider. You can also get reliable forecasts from the Weather Channel through this radio station or newspaper.
Your Local on the 8s is next. Check out the latest weather preparedness products at weather.com/TV.
The sounds of sirens and severe weather. Scary sounds, certainly. In fact, that same system that slammed central Nebraska on Thursday is now threatening portions of the Northeast today. In fact, our Sky Tracker radar also showing some active weather here into Kansas as well as southwest Missouri. A brand new severe thunderstorm watch just going into effect. We'll have an update for you coming up.
And Kelly, the Atlantic hurricane season may still be a day away, but I tell you, clouds are gathering now in the western Caribbean. Some of the remnants of Alma coming in, and it looks like this whole area is starting to organize a little more. We'll tell you where it's all headed when we come back.
Well, we are tracking a developing story, a tropical disturbance in the western Caribbean Sea. Could it become a tropical storm? One day before the official start of the hurricane season. Good Saturday morning. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Bill Cornelia, and tell you, it's been out there for a few days, Kelly. A lot of cloud cover organizing. Then Alma came into play here, crossing over Central America, coming in around Nicaragua back late Thursday afternoon with 65-mile-per-hour wind. This system is not classified. It is a disturbance. But either way, the Hurricane Center will continue to monitor it for you, and we are going to be watching this big, broad area out toward the Greater Antilles, and the clouds here are trying to organize more. Now, if they do organize and start moving, indications are it'll slide over the Yucatan and eventually into the Gulf of Mexico, but plenty of time to watch it. For now, it's just a big rainmaker. Stateside, lots of action. Big hailstones out there, right, Kelly?
Lots of hail, possibly even accumulating on the ground in some parts of Kansas, where we continue to have Sedgwick County, or at least a portion of Sedgwick County, under a severe thunderstorm warning. Also, Cowley County, Butler County under severe thunderstorm warnings. Cowley County, by the way, earlier this morning, we had reports of baseball-size hail. That is large enough to really do some damage and possibly knock holes through your windshield. Ping-pong ball-size hail being reported around Wichita, Kansas. Note that the storm is a little bit more towards your east, but we're going to have to watch that northwest flow and see if anything else should come your way. As of right now, we're looking at some pretty strong winds, too, with some of these hails. Look at that, 70-mile-per-hour winds, perhaps, in the northern parts of Oklahoma, southern parts of Kansas. So these are huge storms that are affecting Kansas and now into Oklahoma. And as I mentioned, we had that severe weather threat a little bit more toward the east, to include those of you in northwest Arkansas and southwest Missouri. A brand new severe thunderstorm watch going until noon. We have a little sliver of a tornado watch left here in southwestern Pennsylvania, northern West Virginia. They keep cutting back on that watch box because the threat is diminishing, which is good news. But as these storms roll toward the east and we get some of that daytime heating going, we could be looking at more dangerous cells moving towards Baltimore and Washington, D.C. We've already had some warnings on some of these cells that are moving toward the northern parts of Virginia. Note the severe thunderstorm warning that is currently in place for Frederick and Winchester counties. So you need to be seeking shelter. There could be some dangerous winds in excess of 60 miles an hour and possibly some hail embedded in that storm as well. We'll continue to bring you updates for more on the Northeast and the evolution of this storm. Here's Bill.
All right, Kelly, watching this area pretty carefully now. D.C., we had pictures earlier. It was kind of sunny. I see it clouding up quickly now. And I want to tell you, only about 50 miles northwest of town, it is raining, and raining good up around the Hagerstown area. There are big storms coming at you guys as we speak, and they're going to override the entire Washington-Baltimore metro as the morning goes on. So after lunchtime, beware. Even out towards the beaches, it'll take some doing. But eventually, Virginia Beach and Ocean City, Maryland, and Bethany Beach in Delaware and the Jersey Shore, keep a wary eye to that sky. But today, it's going to be an active day up and down the corridor. Even Boston may hear some rumbles of thunder. Bangor, more of an east wind, not quite as violent up there, 57. But look at New York, 78. D.C. at 86 degrees. And then the system goes by. The west wind, the stabilizing wind will take over. So Burlington, still some chances of showers out there. What's going to happen is going to be a big upper low, and kind of wrapping around some Canadian moisture will be the threat of showers in Burlington, Rochester off of Lake Ontario, and also into Caribou. But the bigger cities with the west wind will be in much better shape. So heading out to Dover, Delaware, for instance, for the Monster Mile, we should be okay on Sunday afternoon. Here's your forecast for New York City after we get by today. Things improving nicely on Sunday, better yet on Monday. A lot of sun, clouding it up a little bit Tuesday, and then the threat of more storms as we get into hump day next week, a high of only 71 degrees. Kelly, that 71 would feel good if you're out there in maybe Dallas, Texas.
Oh, yeah. You know, the Rangers are playing at home in Arlington, Texas. It is going to be a hot one out there in the stands and for the players as well. 92 was our official high in Dallas yesterday. We think we're going to climb higher than that today and tomorrow. A lot of pink showing up in the western parts of Texas and southeastern New Mexico. That's where temperatures actually got into the triple digits. Atlanta, 83 degrees yesterday. That was pretty comfortable compared to what we may have today. We may flirt with the 90-degree mark. In fact, this is about the average time of year when we start to see 90s in Atlanta. So there's a lot of dark red on the map here in the southeast. That's where temperatures will be in the 90s. You like it cool? Head to where Bill just talked about, northern New England up into Maine, where the current temperature around Caribou is only about 48 degrees, currently 69 degrees in New York City, 76 in Atlanta. So today is the first half of the weekend, better half of the weekend for much of the south, but it looks like we're having some really bad storms moving across the mid-Atlantic and the northeast. Bill?
And Kelly, that forecast for your weekend next on the 8s, and day after day, reports of tornadoes, and that raises the question, how many have we had in May, and are we close to a record maybe? We'll have the numbers for you next on Weekend View. Then at 20 after, as always, 7-day forecast. Getting stormy again late next week.
It's time carpet in the family room was not only beautiful, but durable. It's time carpet in the bedroom was more stylish. It's time carpet in every room was easier to have installed. Because right now at the Home Depot, you can buy any carpet, and installation is only $1.99. As many rooms as you want, all installed for one low price. It's time for a little wall-to-wall wow.
The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Several yogurts are claiming to help with your digestive health, but only one yogurt in the whole wide world has the natural culture Bifidus regularis and is clinically proven to help regulate your digestive system. Activia from Dannon.
With the natural culture Bifidus regularis, Activia eaten every day is clinically proven to help regulate your digestive system in 2 weeks. Other yogurts may claim, only Activia is proven.
It makes shopping for yogurt a whole lot easier.
Activia!
Back pain? You don't have to just rely on pain relievers. Now you can take 2 of these. Dr. Scholl's Pain Relief Orthotics with Shock Guard. They're clinically proven and absorb jarring shock with every step you take. Take Dr. Scholl's for back pain or knee pain.
Oh, I'll get the Bush's baked beans.
No baked beans tonight, honey.
Jay Bush doesn't want beans?
Baked beans are great for hot dogs and burgers, but New Bush's grilling beans are made to complement the taste of grilled chicken, steak, and chops. They're slow cooked and expertly seasoned with just the right blend of spices. So I want New Bush's grilling beans.
Good, because Jay Bush not wanting beans? That's just crazy.
Enjoy all 4 premium flavors of New Bush's grilling beans.
What can a car that gets 50 miles per gallon do for the environment? Not nearly as much as the car that's carrying it. Our trains can move a ton of freight 423 miles on 1 gallon of fuel. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
When weather changed history, Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the Weather Channel. And now, your local on the 8s.
We've had some dangerous storms rolling out of the plains and on into the Midwest. You're looking at footage from Springfield, Illinois, where there was a report of a tornado there. Also some wicked hail coming down, too. By the way, there were high winds ripping the roof off an Indianapolis apartment complex on Friday night. We don't know of any injured there, but rescue crews working overnight searching for trapped people. Also, up to 75 people taking shelter at a nearby school. Winds were reported up to 70 miles per hour, causing downed trees and widespread power outage, not just in Illinois, but in Indiana as well. So we've seen a lot of scenes like that over the past couple of weeks, and it certainly makes it clear that the month of May has been a devastating month as far as tornadoes are concerned. But just how many of them have there been, and has it been a record? Well, our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, he's been keeping count, and so far, 231 confirmed tornadoes through May 21st. Now, from the 22nd through this morning, we actually logged 266 preliminary tornado reports. That would give us an estimated total so far of 497. And the May average, by the way, is only about 287 tornadoes. And Bill, as you know, May is definitely the peak of severe weather season, and we've also had a lot of fatalities this year, too.
We sure have, Kelly, and we'll have to watch that Virginia, Maryland area. This is your time of the year, folks. Like in La Plata, we know about that story. It's been repeated time and time again. Hopefully not too bad of a day, but May typically does have lots going on. And note over the years here, back in 2003 and 04, very active May. And then we had a lull. 05, 06, and 07 actually below the average, but 497 tentatively now for this year, as Dr. Forbes has counted them up. And again, it looks like we'll probably eclipse 500 before the day is out today. So here's your forecast for the severe threat today. We mentioned La Plata. We're also going to watch Washington, D.C. in general. Let's go to that big picture on the thunderstorm map. I believe we have that. And we'll get to look at, there you go, Arkansas and Oklahoma. That area is getting hit right now, so watch out Tulsa. Then it builds out through Kentucky and Tennessee there, traveling I-40, heading up to Gatlinburg maybe. Keep that in mind. And yeah, up and down the 95 corridor from New Haven, Connecticut, down to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Be on guard. Kelly?
Well, Bill, certain types of parrots are native to Mexico, but as it turns out, the climate over the border in the U.S. is quite hospitable, too. Jeff Melcars and the Weather Channel road crew recently took an adventure into a man-made canyon in Brownsville, Texas. There, they found a place where macaws fly free in the hopes of one day being released back into the wild.
Gladys Porter Zoo is an oasis in the center of Brownsville, Texas. And with animals from all over the world of all shapes and sizes, there's something for everyone here, especially if you're a bird lover. We're in an exhibit called Macaw Canyon, and we're surrounded by, dozens of birds as one approaches from the back. Tell me a little bit about this exhibit and how it kind of got started. Where'd the idea come from?
Well, actually, all these birds were confiscated by the Fish and Wildlife Service, being smuggled into or out of Mexico, and it was kind of a rescue operation. We actually had the birds and then built the exhibit so they'd have a place to free fly. And as you can see up on the walls, they actually have nest cavities and there's babies in the nest. These birds would be good candidates for release back to the wild.
And that's the point. Since the climate of Brownsville is similar to the bird's natural habitat over the border in Mexico, birds that thrive here and their offspring will one day be able to be released.
We don't want tame birds. These animals need to be suitable for future release.
But, tell me about how they will move around for kind of food and water and things.
Well, macaws and parrots in general are extremely smart animals, and they will move when a particular tree is fruiting or a particular species of trees have seed pods like the tepehuaje that's up above us. So they are opportunistic, but they're smart enough to know where and when certain plants are blooming or producing fruits.
All right, again, all of the birds you see behind me, they pair up and mate for life. And here's something that's truly amazing that you may not know. These macaws, on average, live up to and oftentimes over 60 years of age. With the Weather Channel, I'm Jeff Melcars.
The Weather Channel Road Crew is brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com.
Now more than ever, you want to get the most for your money. Look no further than the rugged V6 2008 Kia Sportage. Fuel efficient, 5-star safety rated, backed by an industry-leading warranty, and it's priced about $6,000 less than a Toyota RAV4 Limited. Or to put it another way, a whole year's worth of groceries less. The Kia Spring Sales Event. It's money well saved. Now get 0% APR or $2,000 cash back on the Kia Sportage.
Pollutants. There's more in your home than out. Unless you have a train system to remove up to 99.98% of pollutants from the air it heats and cools. It's hard to stop a train.
It feels good to be in tune with your environment, to see its true beauty, experience its tranquility. What cannot be seen is often most beautiful. Phantom screens are out of sight until you need them. Their true beauty is that they are not screens. They are phantom screens. PhantomScreens.com.
The Weather Channel is looking for the next generation of green thinkers, doers, and leaders. If you're a high school student, you could win the experience of a lifetime, an all-expense-paid trip to the 2008 Forecast Earth Summit in Washington, D.C. Just go to weather.com/forecastearth and tell us what you're doing to make a difference for your environment. Selected entries will travel to our nation's capital and connect with today's leading environmental experts. Get involved and make a difference with the Weather.
Sunday. Stonehenge. We know much about how it was built and when, but what we don't know has launched the largest archaeological investigation of modern times, uncovering what may be the lost city of Stonehenge's builders. With a grand avenue, ancient tools, and hundreds of prehistoric homes, there have always been theories, but never any answers. Maybe we just weren't looking in the right place. Stonehenge Decoded premieres Sunday at 9 on Nat Geo, Channel 276.
Have a structured settlement or annuity? J.G. Wentworth says it's your money, use it when you need it.
He's right. It's my money and I need it now.
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 If you have a structured settlement and need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth for a free appraisal. There's no obligation.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call 866-792-1209.
And now, your local on the 8s.
All right, weekly planner time. We'll get a pretty good morning going, and then things fire up in the afternoon in New York and Boston, but it's all moving by quickly, so I think we'll salvage the better half of Sunday up there in the northeastern corridor. But as typically happens in early June, tomorrow, early June, things kind of lay down and pull up stationary here in North Carolina and Tennessee. So what you see, maybe what you get there. If you headed up to Mount LeConte to do some hiking in the Smokies, it's going to get wet quickly on Sunday. And likewise, the Carolina beaches, the Outer Banks may not be so nice either. Farther down, though, I tell you, we could use a cloud cover or a little threat of rain in San Antonio or Austin. Instead, big high pressure area overhead, baking you guys. and it's going to ward off any chance of rain. All the rain is going to get directed from this area southward. So from Montana to North Dakota down through Missouri, it's going to stay pretty active here. May not be a widespread severe outbreak until later on in the week, but nonetheless, there will be good chances for rain, and it kind of migrates into Milwaukee and Chicago as early as Tuesday. So beware of that, headed out there by the Shedd Aquarium. By Wednesday, it's going to get interesting. Low pressure is going to start forming in the lee of the Rockies there in Colorado. This could get pretty violent. Late Wednesday and Thursday could have a widespread outbreak of severe weather anywhere really from the Red River of Oklahoma and Texas all the way up. This tornado alley is going to live up to its name, believe me, and Thursday could be a very long day for us here at the Weather Channel and for anybody out there sleeping or doing anything outdoors. So stay abreast of that. We're still, I know, 5 days out, but it looks pretty rough. Heading into Thursday and Friday, the east by comparison is not too bad off. Skies are going to be generally partly cloudy for all the big cities. There's that rain on the move, so here we go again. Iowa, Missouri, where it's been so sopping wet of late. No real downtime, no extended downtime. Plenty of warm air, and may see a 90 in the Atlanta area today. It's going to stay warm on Sunday. Monday, though, nobody holding a candle to the blazing hot weather from the Permian Basin out towards Phoenix, Arizona. There's cooler air with a trough and onshore flow with rain in the Seattle-Portland area. Chances of showers out there. But then Thursday and Friday, still plenty of nice hot weather on the Gulf Coast. Kelly?
Well, Bill, mold in the home is easy to get, but hard to get rid of. The best way to avoid that problem is, well, to not get it in the first place. Next in our Project of the Week, Danny Lipford shows us how to prevent mold from taking hold.
With the weather getting warmer, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about the humidity levels. Humidity inside your home can really be a problem, particularly in areas like bathrooms and kitchens. Excessive humidity in these areas can create a very good environment for the growth of mold and mildew. Very unhealthy and can actually deteriorate some building materials like drywall. The solution, proper ventilation. Installing an exhaust fan is fairly easy, but a couple considerations. First of all, they're a lot quieter now than they were years past. And actually, the one I installed here, you can barely even hear. And the way that you know you're buying an exhaust fan that's maybe quieter than some of the others on the market, look right on the package for the Sones rating. The lower the Sones rating, the quieter the exhaust fan will be. Also, make sure that you're buying an exhaust fan large enough for the particular room that you'll be using it in. And again, right on the package, it'll tell you how large of a room that it can properly ventilate. Another important consideration, it's got to be installed right. So if you're not comfortable with electricity, have an electrician take care of that task for you. But very important is to make sure that the vent that's attached to the exhaust fan goes all the way to the outside, not just in the attic. That way, you're carrying all that potentially damaging humidity and excessive moisture all the way to the outside. For more details and a project shopping list, visit weather.com/Home Depot.
A lot of excitement here in the Weather Channel. We continue to count down to the launch of our new HD studio. In fact, it starts up at 7 o'clock Eastern Monday morning.
I'm going to show my 26 years here on the Age on the air here at the Weather Channel. And I tell you what, it's going to be great though, Kelly. Outside of maybe the guys, the girls ought to look great. The graphics ought to look awesome. And it's going to be nice and crisp and very, very vivid.
Speaking of graphics and speaking of vivid, a lot of lightning out there in the upstate of New York and watching Boston up towards Portland, Maine.
This home improvement project was brought to you by the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
It's time carpet in the family room was not only beautiful, but durable. It's time carpet in the bedroom was more stylish. It's time carpet in every room was easier to have installed. Because right now at the Home Depot, you can buy any carpet, and installation is only $1.99. As many rooms as you want, all installed for one low price. It's time for a little wall-to-wall wow.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help. Cupcakes.
Aye, big plate of trouble at 1 o'clock. No worries. I've got Quaker rice snacks.
So light and crunchy.
With 60 caramely calories, get some and get back to goodness.
Your homemade superpowers have no effect.
Hey, hon. Hi. Guess what? I picked up a drummer. His band left him.
Increased storage capacity. Ride ready.
the new Pilot, only from Honda.
My old allergy medicine made me feel foggy. Now I'm Claritin Clear.
Only Children's Claritin provides powerful, non-drowsy, non-jittery relief from his worst allergy symptoms. Discover Children's Claritin, proven safe and effective for kids 2 and up. And let your kids live Claritin Clear.
We are keeping a close eye on the Western Caribbean Sea. This is where we could have our first tropical system developing here. Of course, hurricane season in the Atlantic officially starts tomorrow, June 1st. There's a pretty look, a visible shot of the cloud cover. Now that the sun is up, we can start using this image, and you can actually see the anti-clockwise flow of that system here just offshore from Belize. So we'll have to see if this turns into anything, if it's classified by the National Hurricane Center. As of right now, it's just a heavy rainmaker right along the coast here, Belize, and up towards the Yucatan as well, but we'll continue to monitor it certainly as we go through the next couple of days. As we take a look at the bigger picture here, you can see a lot of convection stretching out into the Western Caribbean Sea. This is a part of the world, or a part of the ocean, where we tend to watch things develop this time of the year. June, a hotbed for activity, not just in the Gulf of Mexico, but the Western Caribbean Sea. So we'll monitor it for you as we go through the next several hours. Stay with us.
Inside those headphones is something familiar, a battery. And if you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When even the firefighters have to get out, fire departments all over the world now depend on the TPASS 3 communicator. And packed inside is the only battery TPASS trusts, Duracell. So whether it's music to your ears or the signal that could save you, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
When severe weather strikes, get the Weather Channel on your cell phone or PDA. Just type weather.com into your mobile web browser for the latest radar maps and storm alerts. Now, visit weather.com for a chance to win a free BlackBerry smartphone.
Closed captioning hours on the Weather Channel brought to you by Activon. Activon, apply directly where it hurts.
Introducing Activon Maximum Strength Anti-Itch. Powerful itch relief without a prescription. Effective itch medication in a convenient applicator. Activon Maximum Strength Anti-Itch.
When weather changed history, Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the Weather Channel. And now, your local on the 8s.
All right, Wichita hit hard during the overnight hours. As a matter of fact, we've been pounded by hail. We have had 4 hailstorms in just 4 hours. So this has been an incredible morning, a lot of loud noise out there. In fact, some of these hailstorms lasting as long as 15 or 16 minutes, including nickel-size hail at the airport, Some of this may be accumulating on the ground, if not in Wichita, but certainly some of the surrounding areas where ping pong ball sized hail has also been reported in the south central parts of Kansas.
An amazing morning there in Greater Wichita. Welcome back, half past the hour. You're watching Weekend View. Bill Keneally here alongside Kelly Cass.
And we're talking about destructive hail. In some cases, Crowley County, Kansas, also picking up large hail. As a matter of fact, up to baseball-size hail. So as we look at the impacts here, penny-size hail, relatively low impact. But of course, as the hail gets bigger, the bigger the impact. Right, Bill?
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. I tell you what, I was driving down 85 one time in Auburn, Alabama. It was only penny-sized. It felt like baseball-sized. But I would not want to venture into the quarter-sized hail or larger. There you get some damage to shingles. Then you move it up into the golf ball-sized hail, about 1 3/4 inch or larger in diameter. Yeah, then you start denting cars, and you don't break windows yet. But once you get to that baseball-sized hail, then you really start doing some serious damage. Windshields get smashed here. This is when you have your big scratch and dent sales at the dealerships. And hopefully the dealerships are spared this time around. But either way, what you don't want to see besides baseball would be golf ball sized hail, not only talking about being out there on the road, but how about even in the car? Softball sized hail can inflict a lot of damage here and even rip holes in roofs. So hopefully none of that, but we've had some reports that it may have been that big over in Burden, Kansas earlier today. Take a look at our Sky Tracker radar. Hey, a lot of rain going on north of Baltimore up here above Cockeysville, up into the York, Pennsylvania area. Big slug of rain back there through Harrisburg and down through the Hagerstown area. So plenty of rain here, and we'll have to watch that Mason-Dixon line. More storms developing around Elkins, and they will come into the D.C. area within the next hour or two, I think, and especially north of Baltimore, watching that area too. So here we go. There's a warning. This is Interstate 81. Here is Winchester, Virginia. There's Frederick, Maryland. And here come these storms heading down the Potomac Valley. So Clark County and Frederick County and Loudoun County, all in Virginia, now under a severe thunderstorm warning, taken out back to the Ohio Valley here. There's Ohio, pretty good line south of the Columbus area down below the golf tournament. They should be okay, but there are warnings here down here into West Virginia for the counties immediately east of the Ohio River. Then farther down we go into Oklahoma. Hey, there's a big storm out there along the Will Rogers Turnpike north of Tulsa on I-44. Warnings up here for portions of Craig County and Mays County and also several other counties, Nowata County. And again, these storms all could have very large hail with them as they drop their way across Interstate 44. 1-inch hail in the past hour in Lenapaw County there in the state of Oklahoma. And by the way, we've had a whole lot of hailstorms up in Wichita overnight. There's that brand new tornado watch going now for areas of Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, parts of Ohio, and also portions of Delaware and a lot of South Jersey. That'll go until mid-afternoon today. So stay apprised of all these big storms as they drop your way as the day goes on. Here is your forecast now for D.C. 86 degrees. As said, storms coming in the next hour or two. Tulsa 89, those storms, the initial band going a little north of you, and there's New York City at 78. Storms will fire in the Big Apple. Initially some rain, then maybe a break, and then more storms coming in. Hang in there, though. By Sunday, things improving up the coast. But Wilmington, Atlanta, and Nashville, beware. Heading out poolside or out to the lake, take it easy and keep a wary eye of that western sky. Now for more on the big picture, let's throw it over to Kelly.
And Bill, as you know, it's been a long, soggy spring for homeowners in the Central Plains. Recent storms are causing even more major flooding in parts of eastern Iowa.
They lost everything they had in the house. It just, like I said, I've never been through anything like that before, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't rain anymore, because if it does, we're gonna lose ours too.
Very sad situation. In fact, the creek running through Vinton, Iowa would normally not be of concern until Thursday night's rain caused it to rise 3 feet in just 30 minutes. So no wonder our basements are having to be pumped out here. Vinton, by the way, picking up about 4.5 inches of rain. So no wonder that creek rose so much. And just in the last several hours, we've seen the bulk of the heaviest rain fall across central Illinois on into parts of Indiana. We've had reports of 2 to 3, even up to 4 inches of precipitation as as you can see from our Doppler radar estimated precipitation. Of course, St. Louis, we've been waterlogged already. This month of May alone, we picked up well over 10.5 inches of precipitation. And for the year to date, so far, we picked up about 28 inches, and that's a record so far. Wichita picking up over 11.5 inches of precipitation this month of May. So we are running well above average. In fact, 290% of average for Wichita, 267% of average for St. Louis. Would love to get some of that rain down into the drought-stricken areas of the southeast. Before St. Louis, we can breathe easier now. We've got a dry break today, tomorrow looking good as well. But watching Wichita, still a very active area as far as this morning goes. Bill?
And as always, your forecast for your neighborhood just ahead on the 8s. And when we come back, we're checking out that weekend forecast for the entire country. And we are looking ahead to next week. Stick around. You're watching Weekend View.
Start your engine.
Mobil 1 High Mileage helps to reduce sludge and deposits.
I inhabit the nightmares of Italian loafers. I've trodden my own path. I have stepped in bull, but never talked it. I have been rehealed, resold, but never replaced. I am a stranger to polish. I have spent more time on dirt than cement.
You're out here for a reason. So are we. Tractor Supply Company. The stuff you need out here.
Visit Tractor Supply for everything you need out here.
The elements outside are beyond your control. But day in and day out, a Trane system heats, cools, and even cleans the air inside your home perfectly. No matter what Mother Nature may throw at you. To learn more, go to Trane.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Do you trust your coworkers? Yes, you do, so just let go. Okay, what did we learn there? Is there such a thing as personal space? No, there isn't, because we are all molecules in the same organism.
American Airlines.
Yeah, I need an earlier flight out of Chicago. Feel like some of you don't respect me.
But because,
Because of the hat. Just get me on the next flight out.
Hey, Rachel. Hi.
We know why you fly.
Just made it.
We're American Airlines.
The Weather Channel you know is about to change. As always, we'll present the weather news and forecasts you've come to expect. But the Weather Channel in HD, that's different.
Welcome to the Weather Channel.
Spend your night with Evening Edition in HD.
And now, your local on the 8s.
The countdown now beginning, 6 hours and 21 minutes. We have a liftoff. We have liftoff of the shuttle Discovery. That'll be 5:02 Eastern Daylight Time. And for that liftoff, we're looking pretty promising. Little cloud cover building up now, kind of bubbling up over the offshore waters, we hope. And I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of rain out of it. The one factor could be a little bit of wind, so we'll have to see how that plays into it. Looks like east wind will be rather prevalent there in Cape Canaveral later on. But I do think the bulk of these thunderstorm activity will stay offshore. And for that matter, it's going to be very concentrated up in North Carolina, Virginia, and into the Chesapeake and Delaware Bay area, as well as up around New York City. And as Kelly mentioned, brand new tornado watch up until mid-afternoon for the area, including South Jersey and Philadelphia, Wilmington, Baltimore, and Washington. And I'm sure these warnings will get expanded as the day goes on. So stay abreast of the changing weather. Already some big storms now coming down the Potomac Valley from the Damascus, Point of Rocks area. So beware Rockville, Maryland, and over there by McLean, Virginia. It's coming your way within the hour. Plenty of action going Sunday in the high plains, but I think the Northeast will dry out. Catty Corner, a little too dry and a little too hot out there in Arizona and California. And Texas, for that matter, baking at 95 in the Big D. 80 in Denver, that is not bad. We can tolerate that with a very low humidity to boot. Hey, speaking of lower humidity, it'll be a much better, more tolerable day in New York City heading out for the Mets game there. Shea, 77 degrees, the forecast high, and indeed it will be drier. Now looking ahead to midweek next week, here's Kelly.
We're looking ahead, but we're not looking forward to what's ahead because there could be some severe weather breaking out across the plains and portions of the Midwest. We look to the jet stream, that ribbon of fast-moving air aloft, and that's generally our storm track. And as you can see, we've got this big ridge out west, a little dip in the jet, also indicating where we have troughs, including the one here in the southeast, along with a surface front that's going to be stalling out, and that will trigger those showers and storms from Louisville down into parts of the southeast as well. But we think the most active weather is actually going to be kicking out of the Rockies and on into the plains. Tuesday into Wednesday, there could be a widespread severe weather outbreak here to the lee of the Rockies and on up towards the upper Midwest. As Bill talked about earlier, Tornado Alley, unfortunately, could be living up to its name here. Also, the threat for damaging winds and large hail, so we'll be keeping you abreast of the situation. This is just an early heads up as we head toward the early to middle part of next week.
And Kelly, for a little diversion, what do you say we hit the road and do a little weekend getaway? This time we're taking you to Maui. That's right, Maui, Hawaii. And that's a weekend you'll probably want to expand more into a week or maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks or so.
I haven't been to Hawaii in a long time. I'm due.
I've never gone.
Oh.
But I do want to go here, I can tell you. All I got to do is look at these pictures here, Kelly. We're hitting the road on the island of Maui from Kahului all the way to Hana. And what I really love here, not a whole lot of variation to the temperature, be it January, a high of 80, or July, a high of 87.
And if you're heading there anytime soon, they just have a slight chance of showers for Paradise today on into tomorrow, but otherwise pretty dry. And for more information on this destination or to plan one of your own, you can always go to weather.com. Just click on the scenic areas or the driving and traffic, then select scenic drives. You'll find all kinds of information there, including camping sites, local attractions, and of course, the weather conditions.
All right, from Hana, we go to hurricanes. Hurricane season in the Atlantic commencing tomorrow morning. Already, though, we have a disturbance in the Western Caribbean we're keeping a very watchful eye on.
That's right. In fact, that disturbance is actually made up from the remnants of what was once Tropical Storm Alma in the East Pacific. Of course, it slammed parts of Central America, causing all kinds of flooding as well as mudslides. We'll take a closer look at what's left of that system and see if it will develop into anything in the Western Caribbean. As mentioned, we've got a brand new tornado watch until 5 o'clock Eastern time, including D.C.
Yeah, Kelly, watching that area real carefully. Check it out as we close in on you a little bit. You can see some very heavy rainfall on the Mason-Dixon line. So watch out there north of Washington, D.C., coming right down the Potomac River and also bearing down on Philadelphia in the next 1 or 2 hours.
This program was brought to you by Claritin Allergy Products. Live Claritin Clear.
My life's so busy, I can't afford an allergy medicine that could make me drowsy. That's why I say Claritin Clear. Claritin gives me strong, long-lasting relief from my worst allergy symptoms, like itchy eyes, sneezing, runny nose, without making me drowsy. You know that Zyrtec medicine? It warns drowsiness may occur right on the label.
Did you see my goal?
I sure did. I can't chance being drowsy. I got too much to keep my eye on.
Live Claritin Clear.
Live Claritin Clear.
It's time carpet in the family room was not only beautiful, but durable. It's time carpet in the bedroom was more stylish. It's time carpet in every room was easier to have installed. Because right now at the Home Depot, you can buy any carpet, and installation is only $1.99. As many rooms as you want, all installed for one low price. It's time for a little wall-to-wall wow.
The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Who's that? Oh yeah, that's me before I lost 41 pounds on Nutrisystem. See ya!
With the all-new Nutrisystem Advanced program, you can eat great and lose weight on our best weight loss program ever.
I know I'm not your average gal. I love sports. Football. How many girls could do that?
The all-new program that lets you eat carbs, is heart healthy, and even helps fight hunger.
I got this body eating pizza, burgers, even chocolate.
Through this special offer, you can get an extra 3 weeks of meals free. For about $10 a day, you'll enjoy 4 weeks of perfectly portioned meals delivered right to your door. And your shipping is free.
But I love Nutrisystem because it's easy and it works. It's as simple as that.
See how Nutrisystem can change your body. And you can get a full 3 weeks of food absolutely free.
Get Nutrisystem and score.
Call now, 877-384-DIET, and find out how you can get 3 weeks absolutely free.
When weather changed history, Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on the Weather Channel. And now, your local on the 8s.
Closed captioning hours on the Weather Channel brought to you by GE Silicone 2.
It's another scorcher. How are you keeping cool, Kim?
Easy. I'm staying by this house with the air leaks.
Smart girl.
Seal it and save with GE.
Welcome back. Hurricane season in the Atlantic starts tomorrow, and there are some startling statistics out about how prepared really Gulf residents are.
Yeah, Kelly, according to a Mason-Dixon poll, 88% of folks have not strengthened their homes, and 53%, over half, do not feel vulnerable to hurricanes or hurricane-related tornadoes or flooding.
And 52% of those polled have no family disaster plan. And this is really scary. About 61% have no hurricane survival kit. So we want to make sure that everybody is prepared for hurricane season. Those of you who may have relocated and live near the coast, you really need to pay attention to hurricane season.
And marking the start of hurricane season, our own storm tracker, Jim Cantori, he'll be live tomorrow morning and Monday with a look at what you can do to get ready, and he'll be reporting from Miami Beach. So join us tomorrow morning here on Weekend View. Jim's up mighty early tomorrow, along with the rest of us, and he'll help you stay ahead of the storm. And speaking of which, Kelly, It's not classified, it's not more than a disturbance, but what's going on there in the Caribbean?
Well, we are keeping a watchful eye on this cluster of storms just off the coast from Belize here in Central America. A lot of moisture gathered up here from the remnants of what was once Tropical Storm Alma here in the eastern Pacific. Of course, it slammed into the northwest coast of Nicaragua. That storm also being blamed for fatalities due to a plane crash that slid off the runway in Honduras. And we've had reports of flooding and mudslides here in Central America. So we are keeping a watchful eye on this system, not classified right now, but if it stays offshore long enough, it certainly could develop into our first tropical depression of the hurricane season. And of course, as we just mentioned, hurricane season officially beginning tomorrow, June 1st. But certainly a lot of convection. We're seeing some counterclockwise flow with this. Our hurricane expert, Dr. Steve Lyons, taking a look at the wind direction here and also the pressure. Obviously, it has to fall enough in the middle of that storm to be classified as anything. So we'll monitor it, of course. And this is really the time of year we need to be looking close to home. The Gulf of Mexico, the Western Caribbean, also off the East Coast. We tend to see development here during the month of June. All these origination points here, average frequency about one storm every couple of years. And of course, we think back to 2004 and of course 2005, very active hurricane season. So if you live anywhere from Texas to Florida, we need to be watching every single storm that forms down in these areas. Bill?
And Kelly, keeping a very watchful eye now on the middle Atlantic area. Storms are moving in on a late morning on Saturday, so watch out there in D.C. We are watching the areas north of town up around Montgomery County there, so Rockville and especially Gaithersburg and Frederick, beware. Hey, likewise in Philly, watch that area out the main line.
So I'm at my doctor's again because my asthma symptoms came back again. Turns out asthma doesn't go away. There's still inflammation in my airways. So even when I'm symptom-free, I'm not asthma-free. Now I'm taking Symbicort, and I've noticed a difference in my breathing. It combines 2 medicines to help control inflammation and constriction all day and night and starts to open my airways within 15 minutes. Yeah, it's good to be in control. Symbicort won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms and should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort contains formoterol. Medicines like formoterol may increase the chance of asthma-related death, so Symbicort is not for people whose asthma is well controlled on other asthma medicines. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse. I know Symbicort works to help control my asthma. That makes a difference to me. Ask your doctor if Symbicort is right for you.
If you cannot afford your prescription, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
It's time to jumpstart the geraniums and dial up the daisies. It's time to get outside and grow something. It's time to feed your dreams and make what's yours, yours. Miracle Grow Liquid Feed Advance. It's grow time. Farmers Help Point. Sanity makes a comeback.
Tired of small portions and big prices? Introducing Long John Silver's new Monster Fish with Monster Puffs basket. A monster value just $3.99. Long John Silver's. Throw boring overboard.
Welcome back. Our 4-hour show, Weekend View, almost done, but we're going to give a final wrap of the weather and what we can expect.
All right, Kelly, watching areas in the middle Atlantic today, but I think things will be improving nicely here tomorrow. But tough it out. Look at that tornado watch straddling the Mason-Dixon line, anywhere from Belmar and Seaside Heights in New Jersey all the way out there to about Parkersburg, West Virginia, including the big cities of Baltimore and Washington. Tornado watch until mid-afternoon.
And that means conditions are favorable for the possibility of tornadoes and also severe weather that could cause damaging winds and large hail. So we'll, of course, keep you posted if any warnings are issued. As we take a look at the national outlook, what the rest of us can expect is, well, a fairly decent day around St. Louis after seeing so many storms recently. We're still going to have to watch Kansas and Oklahoma on into Missouri and Arkansas. As a matter of fact, severe thunderstorm watches are in effect for these areas.
So the shuttle launch looks pretty good in Florida, and the golfing for round 3 in Ohio looking pretty good too.
That's right. So certainly we're going to end the show on a good note then.
There you go. Stay around, and again, watch the beaches in the middle Atlantic. Storms coming at you this afternoon. Stay apprised.
We'll see you tomorrow.